Hi, I'm Adam. I'll be discussing the market analysis of Costa and Starbucks, looking further into how they utilise the functional theory of attitudes in their marketing, and concluding the presentation.
Hello, I'm Caitlin and I will be discussing how Starbucks and Costa use sensory marketing to help form perceptions and how they use lifestyle marketing to meet their consumers' wants and needs.
Our chosen organisations are Starbucks and Costa, two well-known coffee shops that are known for their high-quality products. Starbucks uses a range of marketing to advertise their products, including social media campaigns and TV advertisements, and they are more focused on premium branding and lifestyle marketing. The target audience is middle to upper class males and females aged between 20 and 45 years old. Costa, on the other hand, do not rely on TV advertisements. Instead, they rely on word of mouth, social media, online, and in-store experiences. Costa's target audience is males and females aged between 18 and 45. The perceptual map on the left shows that Starbucks is perceived as being a higher quality and more expensive than Costa. On the right is a study conducted by Mintel 2020, which shows that Costa is the UK's favourite coffee shop, closely followed by Starbucks. Brand preference, shop visits, and recommendations for Costa are greater than Starbucks, even though brand awareness is 97% for both companies, which is why in this presentation we'll be looking further into Starbucks consumer insights to see why this may be and what could be done differently. According to a Mintel study on UK coffee shops throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, the coffee shop market was hit exceptionally hard, with sales falling by almost £2 million between 2019 and 2020. Looking further into the impacts of COVID-19 on consumer behaviour, the Mintel report on the right shows consumer sentiment towards the personal finance, which shows that there is concern. This may have an impact on discretionary consumption like coffee. This is important for Starbucks and Costa to acknowledge and adapt to in order to get sales back on track by 2024. This section, we will investigate how Starbucks uses attitude and persuasion to influence consumer buying decisions. According to Solomon, 2019, it's important that brands such as Starbucks understand consumer behaviour as it may be changed to positively market their products appropriately. Attitudes are a learned response and are made up of what you think, feel, and do. The functional theory of attitudes was developed by psychologist Daniel Katz to explain how attitudes influence behaviour. To summarise this theory, the utilitarian function relates to reward and punishment, the value expressive function relates to self-expression and perception, the ego defensive function links to external threats or internal feelings, and the knowledge function entails a more organized consumer who utilizes knowledge structures for perceiving attitudes about a product or brand. Attitudes can serve one or more of these functions, although Solomon 2019 suggests one will be more dominant than the others. Starbucks and Costa most closely utilize the utilitarian function, as their consumable products relate to the basic principle of reward. Consumers of Starbucks and Costa like the taste of the product, they are pleasurable to consumers as it fills a need, and therefore consumers develop positive attitudes towards them. Both Starbucks and Costa successfully use advertisements, social media, and reward schemes to promote product attributes and benefits. This encourages customers to form positive attitudes towards the product and brand and increases sales. According to Nitasari and Susanna 2021, customer satisfaction can occur when consumers make purchase decisions on products and services they desire. Utami and Ekawati 2020 state that creating customer satisfaction can also achieve long-term profitability. Therefore, understanding the dominant function allows Starbucks and Costa to emphasize its product benefits and features accordingly in its marketing activity to trigger more appealing thoughts in the consumer and change consumer attitudes. Starbucks utilizes the value expressive function through its sustainability commitment, which includes reducing waste by 50% by 2030. Starbucks' shift towards a more sustainable brand may resonate with the values held by consumers, building trust and encouraging them to purchase products from Starbucks. While Starbucks does place emphasis on values, Costa does this in a more thorough way, showing more authenticity than Starbucks. Costa's values initiative supports the LGBT community through Rainbow Pride Cups, its Inside Out mental wellbeing network, and its sustainability initiative that helps build communities and support coffee bean growers. Starbucks taps into the ego defensive function through its premium product branding, which may be seen as a status symbol for consumers who want to be perceived as having the money to afford more luxury consumable products. The marketing features premium branding and merchandise products, which encourages lifestyle marketing and forces consumers to become part of this exclusive club, tapping into their internal threats and external feelings. Another way Starbucks taps into this function is by featuring healthier options, calorie information in the marketing. Body image plays a large role in the ego defensive function as it relates directly to the internal feelings consumers have about their body, which encourages them to purchase lower calorie and healthier products from Starbucks. Costa, on the other hand, don't take on this approach. Their marketing is more inclusive, with a real focus on their quality products and values, which might be why UK consumers prefer Costa. Some of Starbucks advertisements apply to the knowledge function of attitudes, providing more in-depth knowledge of products like coffee beans, although this is only a very small portion of their marketing. Costa place greater emphasis on the knowledge function, aiming to inform customers about their products. Costa also use advertisements to showcase their coffee bean farms and inform consumers of their products. This builds trust in consumers and makes them feel like their products are well priced for the quality. I will now pass on to Caitlin, who will cover perception, lifestyles, and values.
In this section, I will discuss how Starbucks and Costa use sensory marketing to form perceptions to influence purchases and increase customer retention. There are 3 stages of the perceptual process, according to Sismogen: exposure, attention, and interpretation. Exposure is the first stage of the perceptual process. Our sensory receptors respond to at least one of the 5 senses: sight, smell, sound, taste, and touch. Costa and Starbucks both activate multiple senses in their store through their consistent decoration, set playlists, and their dim lighting. They both also ensure a strong smell of coffee in their cafes and use food displays by the checkout. Starbucks even stopped serving eggs with their breakfast to ensure nothing would mask the smell of coffee. According to Altman and Lowe, the design of coffee shops is important as it offers a place to relax and the opportunity for control in various areas of life. Solomon's research states that marketing messages tend to be more effective when they appeal to more than one sense. Once our senses are activated, the sensation captures our attention, and we then form interpretations. These interpretations can stem from schemas. Halkias defines schemas as organized collections of beliefs and feelings with similar characteristics. Once interpretations are formed, it triggers a response. For example, buying a coffee. This forms a perception. Sensory marketing is used in the coffee in a bottle Starbucks advert. They use visualizations to mirror how the coffee tastes, smells, and feels. It uses a storyline that reflects the experience of a Starbucks customer when purchasing one of the bottles. The upbeat music and the happy customer increases attention and the remembrance of the advert, according to Milliman's academic journal. Customers will desire to feel like this too, and so will purchase a bottle at their local supermarket as positive perceptions of the product have been formed. Starbucks advertising messages that their coffee is like no other. They put this statement in black and white to create a color contrast to make this promise stand out, showing that this is their main focus. Seisha's theory of sign is used by including semiology. Through the frequent inclusion of the logo, people then start to want to purchase the products for what the brand stands for, rather than just the coffee. Their brand values are highlighted through the brand colors, green and white, which resemble wealth and purity, according to Woodrich. In Costa's video, it shows that Costa have implemented Costa Express machines in petrol stations and supermarkets for their customers on the move. This is an effective form of sensory marketing as it appeals to multiple senses at once in a place they don't usually expect. Costa Express machines use touchscreen, allowing customers to make it themselves, which helps to capture attention. MPD Group's retail industry analysis says that consumers are increasingly interested in the experience over products. The machine used Costa's signature colors, red and white, that Woodrich says has connotations with energy and purity, and coffee aromas in the machine to form recognition thresholds. As customers can detect and recognize the colors and the smell of coffee and easily associate this with Costa and the positive experiences that they have there. Costa has a 100% barista-style coffee promise to ensure that the taste of the coffee in the machine is exactly like it tastes in store. They use built-in audio in the machine and play the music that they play in store. Research has shown that music influences consumers' perception. According to the Academic Journal of Consumers Research by Milliman, the music will remind the customer of being in the Costa Cafe, and this will encourage them to make a purchase. Similarities and differences between Costa and Starbucks. A similarity is that they both use color to engage with the audience and encourage positive perceptions. For example, they both use the color white so that their produce is perceived as fresh. Another similarity is that they use a range of advertisements rather than the same one. This attracts more attention as it's something new that customers are interested in, according to Rossiter and Percy. Sizes of advertisements increase attention, according to Krishna. They both use large advertisements to promote their coffees, for example, playing their advertisements on billboards and bus stops. Differences between the two advertisements are that Costa have extended their sensory marketing further by producing Costa Express machines. Another difference is that Starbucks use color contrast in their advertisements. which Webber's law states is a good way to distinguish their campaign from others as they stand out more. Another difference is that Starbucks offer thinner and longer cans in supermarkets. The elongation bias found that those that had greater height to width ratios were estimated to have larger volumes according to Piaget's research. I will now speak about lifestyles and values and how they use lifestyle marketing to understand their consumers. According to Solomon, consumers' lifestyle refers to a pattern of consumption that reflects the way they choose to spend their time and money. Lifestyle marketing is made up of three factors: people, product, and place. The people purchasing the products are defined by the demographics, geographics, and psychographics assessed through market segmentation. The products on the menu are suited to a range of dietary requirements, for example, the option to ask for different types of milk in the coffee. Social setting is also identified through Costa cafes in the city centre, offering larger dining in areas with a greater focus on interior design, as they know more people will be dining in to relax or do their work. Customers purchase from Starbucks and Costa for their brand name and status, not just the coffee itself. Costa and Starbucks advertise themselves as premium brands by describing their products as luxury. The cafe culture of Starbucks and Costa is all about offering a place for people to socialize or do their work in a pleasant environment. Cafe culture is important as this is what increases customer retention. For example, by offering a variety of products that meet different dietary requirements, the customers feel valued as they feel that their wants and needs are being accommodated to. An example of this is veganism. According to Statistica, in 2019, 600,000 people in the UK were vegan compared to only 150,000 in 2014. Starbucks and Costa recognized this trend and began to offer alternative options on their menus to fulfill this. Due to this lifestyle marketing, customers felt that their individual preferences were being recognized, increasing their satisfaction. In Starbucks' refresher drink advertisement, they focus on the ingredients in their drink and how to make it, showing that this is an ideal drink for vegan customers. Starbucks also used social media to utilize these messages and spread awareness of their new products to reach a wider audience. They commonly use the hashtag daily alternatives to get their new products trending. Social media is a highly effective source of marketing, according to Weinberger's Academic Journal of Consumer Research, as according to Statistica, on average, people spend 145 minutes a day on social networking sites. In Costa's Back and Back advert, they use a Gordon Ramsay lookalike to star in their advert to increase customer engagement, and promoted how real the bacon sandwich tasted despite it being their vegan alternative. They also use social media to interact with their customers and announce new product releases like their vegan mince pies. By using social media, this increases their recognition and shows customers that their lifestyles are valued. Solomon states that social media provides consumers unparalleled access as they can share and communicate directly with the brand. The cafe culture shows that nobody is left out. Both companies use strong lifestyle marketing to understand their customers and their lifestyle choices, and showing that they will always accommodate to that. Value is a belief about some desirable end state that transcends specific situations, guides selection of behavior, and are ordered by relative importance. According to the Academic Journal of Personality and Social Psychology by Schwartz and Bilski, consumption-specific values focus on consumption experience and psychosocial benefits. For example, Starbucks focusing on the personalized experience through writing the names on the cups to enhance the consumption experience. Social values occur when one's own consumption behavior serves to shaping the responses of others. In this case, consumers value products that makes a status enhancing favorable impression. For example, by purchasing products from Starbucks and Costa rather than the cheaper alternatives like McDonald's, their social values are satisfied as they are purchasing luxury products. I will now pass you on to Adam for the conclusion.
To conclude, it is clear that Starbucks and Costa both predominantly utilize the utilitarian function of Katz's 1960 functional theory of attitudes, although Costa are also reliant on the value expressive function and Starbucks play on the ego defensive function to influence consumer behavior. Starbucks and Costa both use sensory marketing to aid in the perceptual process, although Costa does this in a more successful way, using its express machines. Starbucks may look to expand beyond in-store experiences for more effective sensory marketing. Both companies incorporate lifestyle marketing, enhancing consumer-specific values in their marketing. There is an opportunity for Starbucks to utilize this more through social media marketing. which will more effectively promote their products and persuade customers to purchase.